Hey guys, it's Dee. I'm the host of a professionally diagnosed DID system. I'm also a qualified counsellor and I also live with multiple chronic disabilities. Just been through cancer, and with all that being said, today's video is going to be about medical burnout. So I'm your girl for that. I've got the experience. So, medical burnout, what leads to it? I can give you 12 things. Endless appointments. That's going to burn anyone out because you get sick of going all the time to medical appointments, focusing on what's wrong with you and not having any fun in your life. Number 2, constantly having to advocate for yourself. That's a big one, and it's a hard one because, especially with invisible disabilities, and conditions, it's very hard to advocate for yourself because doctors and specialists, they do like to gaslight and minimize and not really listen to how it impacts your life. So you really have to fight to advocate for yourself, and when you're doing that all the time and it's being met with invalidation, or it's being minimized, or just being blamed on, like with me, fibromyalgia or FND, when in fact it could be something a bit more serious. You know, we can't just blame everything on FND. You get tired, burnt out and exhausted when you're constantly having to advocate for yourself, and it falls on deaf ears. Number 3 is living in a constant state of uncertainty. So you're not sure what your future holds when you're disabled or struggling with like chronic illnesses and stuff, you know. Even like down to being unsure of when your next medical appointments are, and having to plan your life around that, and knowing that you can't plan certain events because you're unsure, and or you have to work around your medical appointments. That's another one that people don't often realize leads to medical burnout. Fighting for a diagnosis is number 4. It's really sad, especially with invisible disabilities, that you have to ask the doctors to consider running certain tests. They won't offer to do it. You have to ask. You know, you could rattle off all your symptoms and they're still not gonna, you know, diagnose you, or they're gonna misdiagnose you, or they're gonna skip the diagnosis altogether and just send you home and do nothing, you know. So you really do have to fight for like a diagnosis, and it's exhausting when you spend years doing it, appointment after appointment after appointment. You know, medical burnout. And I guess that goes hand in hand with number 5, having to explain your situation and repeat yourself to medical professionals and specialists over and over again. And again, having no one listen to you. It's exhausting. I'll never forget when I got some of my diagnoses after years, like literally one of them, I was fighting for like 24 years for diagnosis. And when I finally got it, it was like, I think I went into shock. And then I went into the realization like, oh my God, someone listened to me. And I did have this all along, and I've been fighting to have this listened to for years. And they're finally believing me, seeing it, listening to me, and it's been diagnosed. And after that, I think I went into burnout for like a couple of months, and I was just like relief, you know. And then I ended up in a big fibromyalgia FND flare because it was that relief, and we don't have to fight anymore, we can just step back and relax. And then all the flare-ups and the physical things happen because we'd been fighting for so long. Like specialists and doctors, they don't realize what that does to a person. And I guess that then goes hand in hand with the next point, the trauma from providers, medical professionals, etc., gaslighting you. It's traumatic, you know, having, as I said earlier, things dismissed or invalidated and just not being listened to, or having it be blamed on other things like, oh, you just need to lose weight, if you ate healthy, if you just focused on being positive, you know, or you're depressed, that's why these physical things are happening, blah, blah, blah. That type of gaslighting it leads, so many people with chronic illness have trauma, PTSD from just having a chronic illness and dealing with specialists in the medical profession that gaslights all the time. Number 7, paying the price for having fun. It's like, I know for me, I go out and then that's it. I can only do one thing a day, and then I struggle physically. I struggle with fatigue and I can't do any more. And sometimes I can't do any more for 1 to 2 weeks afterwards because it's so exhausting. And so like you pay the price for having fun, and sometimes you have to really think before you commit or engage to doing a activity what that's going to cost you physically. And then you enter into that fun event knowing that it's going to send you into a flare-up, put you into bed for weeks to come afterwards, or you're going to be sore or tired or whatever for days afterwards because you've gone out and had fun. And so then you can't really enjoy the activity because all you're thinking about is the following few days that are going to happen and how you're going to suffer as a result for trying to live your life and have fun doing it. Number 8, endless medications and side effects. Yeah. Like specialists will give you medication and they'll tell you the side effects, like this will make you feel dizzy, or this might make you feel tired, or this might stop you from having an appetite. So you already feel sick and unwell and crap. You're going to feel worse after you take these medications, you know, because you're going to be even more tired and dealing with all the side effects when you're already trying to deal with your normal day-to-day disability in life. I think constantly having to take medication and deal with the side effects on top of already struggling and dealing with the struggle causes burnout. Number 9, being in constant pain. This is one people really don't get, you know, like they don't realize you're in pain. Like I'm in pain right now, but you wouldn't tell by the way I'm talking to you and the way I'm presenting because I'm masking it, right? Because I have to live my life. I can't just lie on the floor rolling around in pain 24/7. I wouldn't live a life if I did that. It wouldn't be living. There'd be no quality to it. I wouldn't get stuff done. And so masking and functioning and pushing through the pain constantly and hiding it from others so you don't upset others in itself is exhausting. And when you're doing that day after day after day, it leads to burnout. I've been there probably the last year and a half, just constantly burnt out because of all this stuff. Medical bills and handling insurance, and I guess just the constant paperwork. Like I'm an NDIS participant. It's the disability insurance scheme here in Australia that helps people with disabilities get help for their day-to-day living. So you get help with things like cleaning. You get support workers to come and help you with things like showering, taking you out, helping you cook meals, clean your house, all that kind of stuff, right? But what they don't tell you about receiving that help is the amount of paperwork you have to do behind the scenes when you're the person with the disability and you're low on capacity as it is and you're not well, but yet you're expected to do all this paperwork, like constantly approving invoices so your support workers or your cleaners or whoever can get paid. That in itself is a job. Like I spend probably 15 minutes a day going through invoices, double checking them, approving them, responding to emails from the plan manager, And then like you have to provide evidence to get help and to, you know, receive that insurance or that payout or that compensation. And it's just endless paperwork, and it's the amount of stuff they want to know, and then the constant rejections and having to fight and submit more paperwork when there's no more evidence you can give. You know, that in itself causes burnout. It's exhausting. Feeling misunderstood would be number 11. A lot of people, unless you're chronically ill yourself, you find a lot of people don't get you. They don't, like, I've lost everyone because of my disabilities. I've even lost support workers, you know, because people don't understand that, unfortunately, this is the reality of life with disability. This is life. And yeah, people just don't understand it. They're very judgy. They're not very compassionate. And they don't even want to try to understand. And it's a very isolating thing to live with and deal with. And yeah, causes burnout. Number 12, trial and error of treatments. It's exhausting when you get your hopes up because someone's come up with this new treatment or new medication that's going to help you, and you get your hopes up thinking this will be it, I'll be feeling better and I'll get some sort of normal life back. And you get your hopes up, you look forward to trialing this treatment, only to have it fail or to have it not agree with your body or not be suitable for you. And that's devastating. And when you're continually going through that, like trying this medication, then it doesn't work, so then they change the medication, they put you on this one, and it's exhausting. You know, you just want it to stop. You just want the right answers, the right treatment, the right pill, something that's going to help you, and so you can get back to normal and have some sort of life. So that's my little 12 things that lead to medical burnout. If you can think of any more, let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, and yeah, your support's appreciated. If you have video suggestions, please let me know in the comments below, or I do have a poll up on my community tab, and there's a comment section there, so you can type your own suggestions or comments, things you want to see in that poll. We read every comment, we try to respond to everyone, and we keep lists and take notes of everything that everyone wants to see on our channel. And yeah, so do that as well. And yeah, your support's appreciated. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, stay safe wherever you are in the world, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.